All right, Jack and Shay, ready for me. Stay up. Down. Perfect. Set.
This championship game underway. Jack Cascadden and Shea Keefler begin the cosmic ballet. Peter Buchanan gives us some inspirational words from Gladiator. Cornell and Maryland meeting in the national championship game for the fourth time. Bryce Ford thought about the crank. Now it's Spanos, 11 goals in this tournament. Urksa leads goal line extended in Dubik. We're back to even strength. TJ Lamb running back on. Nust with the first save on the shot by Keegan. Ball loose in front. Cornell had it, lost it, recovers. And now the Big Red will try to clear. At least 4 points in every tournament game this year. And now CJ Kirst, the nation's best player. Held scoreless on this field in the semis. Long fights inside, and Logan McNaney, one of the best big game goalies we have ever seen, playing in his 4th national championship game. He's back to Spanos, now picked up by Jason Singer. Spanos had a shot altered. From up top, Daniel Kelly's bouncer fountains into the air. It's picked up by Kelly. That's a fresh 60-second shot clock. Braden Urksa spins it back to X. Spanos to orchestrate. Directing traffic, still plenty of time to shoot with the reset. Spanos gets on the inside roll. Nust comes up with a huge save early. Luzzy swirls down the alley. Second midfield on for Cornell. Luzzy and Waldman both scored in the semis out there with Ryan Sheehan. Here is Waldman, fires on the run. His second goal of championship weekend. 1-0 Cornell.
Watch the stop by Nust. He's locked up to the post. Good angle play. Matches up stick on stick. That ball actually ricochets off his cross and then hits the post. Defensively, Jackson Canfield, the double team. That's ruled a push without possession. Cornell maintains possession.
You give the nation's #1 offense another crack at it. Ryan Waldman flexing with this lefty rip.
Spanos pinballs off of Staub. Now he has a short stick matchup. Spanos bullying his way against Lamb. Now the help comes. The double dislodged. Cornell with a well-timed slide.
That's not going to cut it if you're Maryland. Remember, they run a motion offense. It's almost positionless. Rarely do you see them isolate solo.
Here comes Bozzy. He'll crank. McNaney ate it up. Ellie dangerous on that right wing. Davis in the passing lane. Whittier able to pick it up. Keegan, step down shot. Wyatt Nust gave up the rebound and Maryland capitalizes. We're tied at 1. It's Bryce Ford.
Big game Logan. He will stand toe-to-toe with any offense. You got to move him. You got to get him guessing. He's so dialed in on the big stage. The brighter the lights, the bigger he plays. Gives this offense another opportunity to cash in on some trash.
Leads the nation in goals and points. Second midfield for Cornell. Shot clock down to 12. Maryland making them work. Here comes Luzzy. Has a look. McNaney gobbles it up. Second midfield now for Maryland. Stovall, Schultz, and Aiken, who has the ball. Aiden Aiken, split dodge, easy save for Nust.
And his shooting percentage, nearly 50% for most of the season in the last 2 weeks. Below 10% right now.
Including today, 2 for his last 22. Luzzy, the bounce shot and the score. Cornell's 2 goals today coming from its second midfield.
This is the problem when you play Cornell. If you stop Kirst, you slow down Goldstein. You got to deal with the second midfield, guys like Luzzy. But don't forget about Michael Long. He's a 6th-year senior, and he has some of the best passing skills in all of college lacrosse. He times that cut beautifully. His head is up the entire time. And that is what Michael Long brings to an offense.
Luzzy does a fantastic job of cutting the short stick defensive midfielder. There you see the bounce shot. Nothing McNaney could do from close range. This is what it feels like to be a goalie. Catch and release. He puts that ball in the corner.
Now Spanos, 11 goals in this tournament. Inside of 10 seconds, Whittier, that one eaten up by Nust. He is 5 out of 6 in the opening quarter. Throws a mangonel the other way.
A battle with 7 days. And John Tillman has been to 9 national championships. It's the most ever. He's done it in 18 years.
A.J. Larkin had 2 goals in this semi. Tumbles. Don't get a flag. Now we get one. It doesn't matter. Daniel Kelly ties the game at 2. We were talking in the break. How does Maryland ignite its offense? They go quickly.
2 of the best players on Maryland are their long pole midfielders, Jack McDonald, number 51, and A.J. Larkin, number 26. And their impact in the middle of the field will be profound.
Cornell, number 7, push is wiped out. The goal is good. Face off.
The ground ball win by Larkin starts the transition. He had a pair of goals in the semifinals. There's your penalty. Kelly sees the flag down. He understands that he can take a maybe shot and not get penalized, exactly. But his placement against the lefty cart, offside hip, I mean, turn and rake.
I like what he does a lot of times behind the goal at X2 when he uses the back of the goal to his advantage and make the defender think in terms of how you're going to guard him.
Shot clock winding down. Goldstein, doorstep, puts it in. He straight beat Jackson Canfield.
Get some ankle tape.
If you're Goldstein, why take away your superpower? It's the firecracker feet. You're 145 pounds. Why go into the meat of the defense? This is beautiful. Change of speed. The hard plant foot. And there is no help. Maryland has to support this matchup when they put Canfield in space. You got to show a little bit.
You know, he beats him to the inside and the goal, the tangent of the goal line. Had he beat him topside, I think the double team was there. Cornell spreads the field really well, and we've been talking about this Ryan Goldstein matchup. From a body type and skill set standpoint, Maryland's defenders are generally big and strong. They don't have a super quick guy to match feet with 30 Goldstein. Share the ball, move, and dodge with conviction.
Whittier gets around. That got a piece of Nust. A hat trick in the semis. Firth using the Cadigan pick. Gets to the middle. Fires on goal. McNaney vetoes. Kelleher on the rebound. Whiffs. Loose ball. This will be a shot clock reset if Cornell has it. Spanos has his man hung up. Spanos 6'5". Dooley slips. Spanos hands free, and he scores. His 12th goal of this postseason.
Coach is hot because he thought it's a moving pick. Extended possessions, that's what Maryland loves to do. C.J. Kirst takes a maybe shot. He tries to go to the twister here late. Watches the head of his stick come over his right shoulder and shoots for that far post. But at the end of the day, Spanos is set up by just a vicious pick at goal line extended.
Maryland wins the run out. I was asking for the pick game because that gives you the separation and the confusion. That's just I want it type goal. Eric Spanos puts everything into this one. 6'5", 220 pounds. Pure strength and skill, and he's kind of owned this area. He had 4 goals against Syracuse in the semifinal game. All were in that right wing range area.
Went undefeated and beat Cornell in the championship.
They say Maryland doesn't have an alpha on offense. They haven't been watching Eric Spanos lately.
He's the guy. He is the guy. You know, coming into the weekend, they didn't have a 50-point score. Some teams have 2, 3.
Tied for the 3rd time today. We have alternated goals. Cornell with the opening salvo, and then back and forth. Firth over to Long, feeding inside to Dalton. Andrew Dalton, big red rifle. He had the game winner against Richmond in the quarters.
Dalton had a huge 4th quarter to propel the Big Red to championship weekend down at Hofstra in the quarterfinals. Firk does the initial drawing, and then it's Mr. Assister. Michael Long, his 12th assist of this tournament. How about the deception to catch that ball low and don't do anything other than shelf it?
Terrific cut by Dalton. The ball movement from behind up top to Long leaves the defense vulnerable on their slide and recovery. And Dalton doesn't stay still. He presses the middle. Do you believe in those numbers?
It's also a way to equalize.
Is that real? Is that real?
Equalize John Tillman. Less tape he can watch.
Irks up, fires. Nust has been strong. 70%, 7 out of 10. Sheehan over to Kirst. Schaller on him. Kirst down the alley. That's off the pipe. Goldstein the backup.
Schaller, 27 in red, wants to play behind the goal, wants to get muscle-type matchup at goal line extended. Get him up top.
Goldstein with his second, and we have our first 2-goal lead of this championship game.
John Tillman looking at the replay. We talked about the Goldstein matchup. He's tried 2 different defenders on him, and they have no answers. Here's the save. Look, this is not a bad shot, but the location, that's an easy stop. Quite honestly, Maryland is putting the ball into the stick of Wyatt Nust. Here at the other end, Goldstein does it from the perimeter this time, outside the D-man.
145 pounds on Peter Lake, a freshman who will be a great one. But from a matchup perspective, this is a daunting task on the two-handed Goldstein.
Against the short stick Bozzi. Shot clock at 10. Spanos with the left hand, he scores. That's what Maryland did to Syracuse in the semis. They had 3-4 goals that came inside of 10 seconds on the shot clock.
They're at it again, Anish. They'll lull you to sleep and then bam! And Eric Spanos showing you some versatility. From this spot, he typically loves to hammer it right-handed, Quint. He sees the defense overplaying his strong hand and pops it with the left.
This is all about subtlety and nuance. Defender Dooley goes under the pick. He then comes back, and it's almost like a double whammy. Right here, under, comes back to the pick, frees up his left. You see it. The patterns in lacrosse are very similar to basketball. So you're dribbling, you go past the pick the first time, you change directions, come back, and you nail that mid-range jumper.
Spanos in this tournament shooting 13 for 27. The Wings have gotten involved in almost every face-off. It's been a melee.
Nothing.
Look at this scrum.
Nothing.
This is everybody. It's like 20 guys.
It's like watching a 7-year-old's game,
I was
right?
going to say it's a PAL Youth League game. A little more at stake. 3 times I got him with 3 hustle plays in this game.
And they've only turned the ball over 2 times the entire half. That's incredible for an offense that likes to gas it.
Kirst pinballs off a defender. Bad shot! And C.J. Kirst is online here on championship weekend.
You almost feel the sigh of relief. Let's go Red. Feels their superstar. Brothers are in the stands. He's at it again, Quint.
His head coach, Connor Busick, goes airborne after this goal. This bounce shot under the bar. Watch the kick you get off this artificial surface. Overhand bouncers will go.
That goal just meant more.
Singer all over Irksa. Irksa got free, plays it back to X. Aiken, a chance here for Schultz. The freshman with his first goal in 5 games. The Terps bench explodes.
This game could be epic because Maryland's offense for the first time tonight, watch the triangle passing. Irksa presses the corner, kicks it behind. They attack the far side. They get a high percentage shot. That is execution.
That looks like Cornell's offense if you watch them on tape throughout the course of the year. Early March down in Atlanta against 2-time defending champ Notre Dame. Jack Schultz came to the party as a freshman. 2 monster goals.
And Goldstein's behind the net as a point guard.
Cornell probes the perimeter. Burke looking for the crease feed. It's taken away. McNaney.
Left too much time on the clock for Maryland here.
A chance to get even. Terps still have a timeout. They've got to get it into the attack box. They chuck it way downfield. Cornell saying that's a pass. Oh! Nust is out of the cage. Oh! Spanos had his shot blocked. That might end up being a critical play in this game. Goldstein with 2 goals. Michael Long, the facilitator in this postseason. Long with a bouncer. McNaney with the save. Schaller off the rebound.
That was big for
Danger.
Danger on the clear. Stamos recovers. The semifinal and the final. Baldwin runs out of an angle. Goldstein to Luzzy. He's a lefty. Kirst from long range. McNaney vacuums.
You know what surprised me is out of that timeout and that stoppage, Cornell plays their second midfield group.
Terps have never led in this game. Looking to get back to even. Spanos again defended by Davis. Tough angle. Dooley able to pick it up. Feathers the sideline. Whiffs. That's going right back to Maryland. The ride by Kelly. Ivy League midfielder of the year. Now C.J. Kirst. Best player in the nation. Kirst wheeling inside. Second goal for Kirst. And the Cornell bench getting juiced.
There's the family. Mom Michelle in the middle with the Reds celebrating. Brother Colin on the right, Boston Cannons goalie.
Watch the pick. Just brushes Schaller. Kirst is running right-handed down the alley, and then at the last minute, Karki plants right-footed and cuts right across just to give himself a hair of an angle. He used his shoulders to get inside Schaller and create some leverage.
Schaller wants to get to the point of attack earlier and get him off his line. Cole to his right. California Redwoods midfielder.
Cornell wanted to push. Big Red again. Another 50-50 ground ball that goes their way. Luzzy's got a goal today. Second midfield has been key. Michael Long, that one will reset the shot clock to 60.
From the attack perspective, I think Keegan and Ford against the short sticks.
Irks up. Body save, Nust. Box wants it on the outlet. Finally, Nust sees him.
26 in red, Larkin's a beast. Redshirt sophomore, rising star. Be a first-round pick in the PLL.
Kirst strong to the cage. Like a tremendous machine. He scored 3 in a row for the Big Red.
He's in takeover mode. Watch the subtle angle change as his family celebrates. Watch him kind of zigzag here a little. It's a V. If you draw this on a piece of paper, watch, it's in, step away just a little to free up your hands.
And he sees no Will Schaller on that matchup. That's Jack McDonald, a long pole midfielder, who's not used to playing the big body in that spot there. C.J. Kirst, the lefty.
Keegan on the redodge. Off the pipe, the ricochet with some English. Ford can't come up with it. Loose near midfield.
Still a shot.
Carnage out of the Tempest. It's Ford.
Okay, that ball comes off the pipe of the goalie up into the air, and when it lands, it always has backspin.
So with a fresh shot clock, Spanos pedals back. Checked by the short stick, Gil Martin.
That's a Ward.
He got away with one. And finds Irksa for the goal.
Spanos is your guy. You have to ride him. He is drawing the eyes of the defense. Irksa is the recipient. But this is the big body, 6'5" on a shorty. Cornell knows they have to support. All eyes are on 7. Irksa flashes and understands that. Bam!
Right there, the entire Cornell Rooting section, bench, head coach. It looked like warding off. You use that free hand.
What'd you think, Quinn? Enough to...
I called it in live time. I thought it was a ward.
Yeah, looked like it.
But this is big for Maryland. Maryland's not a team that could win faceoffs and score right off it. Their entire unit has only 3 goals this season. A guy like Cascadden on his own has 10, so can Maryland find some oomph off the faceoff?
Kiefler won it, lost the ball. This is a big ground ball. Cornell able to pick it up. Big possession for Maryland. McDonald, an All-American, 51 in red. Faceoffs almost even. Maryland with a 9-8 edge.
Kiefler fumbling and bumbling and bumbling and running out of time and space. He made the play.
Cornell with the takeaway. TJ Lamb. Long. Using the Kirst pick. Firth. Here's the poetry. Coming around the corner. CJ Kirst. This is what greatness is all about. He has scored the last 4 for Cornell.
Nice cross-check hold by Lamb, and he's off to the races. He just kind of guesses correctly. And then Kirst is in takeover mode. If you're Maryland's defense, you got to help here. He's throwing topside, and right now, he can't miss.
And all 4 goals, Kark, unassisted. We're watching a great player put his team on his back.
In the biggest moment, coming off of 2 subpar performances. Tillman doesn't know what to do, how to stop CJ. You play that run like it's your last, because if you're not emptying the tank, you're not going back in. Lamb with a monster play.
Big face-off win. Carrier, Spanos. Singer deflected it. As the only 80-goal scorers in the history of Division I men's lacrosse.
That last goal by Kirst silenced the Maryland bench, so much so that Tillman had to energize them. Well, that works.
Zach Whittier gets one back for the Terps.
Timely goal, the senior from Washington, D.C., known as a passer. He actually leads the team in assists, and so he's given little respect. He's given all sorts of real estate up top. Back and forth he goes. Slide is late, and he beats Nuss from mid-range.
He's a passer and a natural lefty. They are forcing Whittier, begging him to go down the right alley. And Nuss there just gets caught. Whittier's offhand, stick side low.
Players tend to shoot low with their offhand.
Spanos has been the guy all tournament. Final minute, quarter number 3. Spanos trying to get top side. And on the shot by Whittier, Nust is there. Maryland with some issues on the clear. And that is failure to advance. You have to get it across midfield before that shot clock hits 60. Cornell wants to go quickly, and they do! A hat trick for Goldstein.
This is disaster zone for Maryland. Number 2 in the country clearing the ball. They've been impeccable all season long. Desperation to get it over the midline to avoid the 20 seconds. And then Goldstein capitalizes and puts Maryland in an awful spot.
Schaller, 27, should have got into the hole, but he's on CJ Kirst. So he plays this dead ball upfield, and Goldstein's behind him. The end zone view showed 27 flowing upfield. Sometimes you have to forget about your matchup and just get into the hole and stop the transition.
More of a shooter than a dodger. Now Spanos. Spanos, feet in front to Urksa. That's twice now Spanos has found Urksa. It's 10-8.
Starts with winning faceoffs, and then this is a gorgeous spot feed, like a lob pass. Watch the placement of this and the spatial awareness as Spanos puts it to space and anticipates where Urksa is going to be.
He's been tremendous. He shows you the ability to play bully ball at goal line extended, but 2 elite passes on the last 2 goals by the Terps. Spanos is so well-rounded and made for moments like this, as we see in goalie cam. Look at the placement on a lefty goalie. Can't get better.
There's Kirst now, shaded by Schaller. Using the pick, Kirst gets inside on the cross. McNaney, the veto! Star power against star power converging. He's taken 8 shots.
Maryland sets beautiful picks, effective picks. They crush you in the picking game.
2 goals, 2 assists for Spanos. Stovall all the way, flag down. The goal is good. Maryland within 1.
Next level athlete, and you get the mosh pit back in action. Watch him go underneath, a little bit of an S dodge, underneath and then back up the goal line extended. Does he land in the goal mouth?
It doesn't matter, he was pushed in the goal mouth. You could land in the goal mouth and there was a flag down because of defensive pressure. It's the half circle within the crease. Stovall leaves his feet, but he left his feet because of defensive pressure.
Right there.
Right there, they call that.
So they call that, which gives him the green light to land in the goal mouth.
Terps have never led in this game. Down a goal. Urksa measures Lamb. Plays it back to Spanos. Nust, a huge denial. Wyatt Nust has gone toe-to-toe in every way with Logan McNaney. A championship game, perhaps inching its way into the classic tier. First has Canfield. Inside roll. 5 goals for C.J. Kirst. Up to 81 on the season, 1 shy of tying the NCAA single-season record.
He's been covered by Will Schaller all day, and the brothers love it. That is just not who they are as a team and have typically been. This is a killer. And then on the ensuing possession, you don't get the right matchups. Schaller is not covering Kirst. Kirst sees it and takes advantage of it.
He has 5 goals today. All 5 are unassisted. What does that equate to? I'm owning my matchup. I'm owning the moment. I want to be a legend. I want to bring something back to Ithaca that hasn't lived there since 1977. Own the moment, young superstar.
The record for most goals in a championship game, 1976, Cornell, Maryland. Mike French scored 7 for the Big Red. Kirst has 5. Cornell has the ball again. Michael Long with 12 to shoot. Takes Cornell behind the cage. Long, that looked like a kick save. Near the sideline. No, it's going to be Maryland ball. Cornell nurses a 2-goal lead. Goldstein defended by Lake. He scores! It's been Goldstein and Kirst. 4 for the sophomore. And his 3-goal lead for the Big Red feels massive.
Left-handed. Really no tricks there, Carl. He just posts up left-handed and shoots under the stick of the right-hander, Peter Lake.
And he fights through that shot, too. This isn't a situation where he's using space. He uses his body and he shoots around Lake. That is another unassisted goal. Goldstein flexes in.
Ford able to save the possession. Now Keegan, 90 seconds left. Maryland down 3. Still no shot on this possession. We'll get a flag. Now Whittier puts one on Cage and scores. Heads up play by Whittier, knowing that with the flag it's a free possession. Get the man up quickly. He puts it on goal. He scores. That will likely kill the penalty.
Number 7, hold is wiped out.
Good.
The goal is good. Face off.
Spot on, Anish. There's the ward by Big Hugh Kelleher. And then Whittier.
John, what are you thinking here?
Spot on, Anish. He knows it's go time. There's the flag. You got to shoot right away.
Pass down, pick down. Deals with that hold on the corner from Davis. You talk about the importance of face-offs. This is gigantic right now.
A rather Malconian. Cornell comes up with it. Now Maryland's got to press out. They get a timeout before the trail check. Here it comes. Here comes Schaller to help Larkin. Kirst running away. Kirst scores an empty netter. And he will! He ties the single-season goals record. And he puts Cornell up by 3 with 50 seconds to go.
There's going to be some tears of joy. The Kirst family and Big Red Nation. If there's one player you want the ball in his stick in this spot to close it out, to tie the record, it's almost 2-story book.
Ithaca in Greek mythology, in the Greek epics, was the ancestral home of Odysseus. Odysseus went off to war and was part of the fall of Troy. It took him 20 years to get back home. An odyssey, a half-century in the making, but the journey is complete. Cornell will bring a championship home to Ithaca.